Okay, what's this going to do for me? I know you're asking that. What's this yoga going to do for me? Well, I'll tell you what yoga will do for you. It'll give you more healthy days to do the things you want to do. And we all want to do things. We want to be able to walk. We want to be able to hike with our friends. We want to be able to boat, to bowl, to play baseball, to play softball, to swim. We want to all do those things. And what a better way to keep you in the game for as long as you can, because it's all about the marathon, right? But then to do your yoga. Your yoga keeps you mobile, keeps you flexible, keeps you strong. Hi, I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is your yoga from home. That's my favorite part. You're doing it your way, no competition, no worries, no hurries. Go to the restroom when you need to. Refill your coffee, your wine, your water, whatever it is that floats your boat. We'll do boat today too. But whatever you do, bottom of the screen says do what's right for you. Don't hurt yourself. This is an hour-long practice. It's our fun Friday. We combine yoga with barre, with Pilates, and with weights. It's just fun. Just do it. We practice live every single day, just like a real class, but without the competition. Come, check us out. Do what you can with what you got. Don't hurt yourself, and let's have fun. Today we emphasize balance and strength. All right, let's do it. Grab your props. You know, I always say, weights and a little ball and your 2 yoga blocks, if you have them. And I always say, if you don't have weights, use your water bottles. I don't have weights right now because I packed them to go to Florida. They're gone. But I do have water bottles. Improvise is the key. Do what you can with what you got, and let's have fun. Come on up to standing. All right, so in your standing position, let's do our little warm-up. Okay, so you can do this. Stand up, hands on your hips, feet about hip-width distance apart, confidence pose. Chest is lifted, elbows back, shoulders down. Feels good, doesn't it? Just wiggle your shoulders a little bit. All right, start to come up onto the balls of your feet. Lift and lower in your confidence pose. Take a big breath in through your nose and sigh it out through your mouth. You can do this. Maybe you got a chair nearby to help you do it. Maybe you're using your countertop. Breathe, lengthen up, focus. Don't look at the TV. Look up to maybe where the ceiling and the wall meet. Lift and lower. And come up onto the balls of your feet. Strengthen your feet, strengthen your ankles. Come down onto your heels. Lift your toes up. Give them a gentle little wiggle too. Rise on up onto the balls of your feet and hold it here for a second or two. Focus, focus. And if you fall out, everybody does, no big deal. Get right on back in the game. Breathe. Focus, focus, focus. Nothing else matters right now but you and your movement. Breathe. Come on down, plant your feet. Lift your arms high up to the sky, extended mountain. Tadasana, I love the name, Tadasana. Lift your fingers high, soften in the shoulders, spiral your pinkies in. Lengthen up through your chest, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Breathe. Breathe in. Shoulders soften, breathe out. Interlace your fingers, send your palms high to the sky, do your palm tree pose. Sway from side to side. While we're here, let me tell you something to think about today. The word to think about today, kind of silly, kind of fun. It is poof. Poof, it's done. It's over before you know it. Not only will your yoga be done, keep bending side to side, lateral flexion of your spine. But you know what? Life goes by fast, and the older you get, the more you realize, oh my goodness, it's going by pretty quickly. Enjoy it. Enjoy what you got. Do what you can with what you've got. We all want to be more mobile, more flexible, more strong to do the things we enjoy. Do it. Give yourself the time to do your yoga so you can do the other things you want to do in those other 23 hours of the day. All right, there's your palm tree pose. Come back to extended mountain, lengthen up. Take it to cactus pose. Bring your elbows to shoulder height. Press the backs of your hands toward the back of the room. Ooh, kind of feels like you will look taller. That pose we do sometimes, doesn't it? Lengthen up. Squeeze the upper shoulders like you're making lemonade, like you're squeezing a lemon between your shoulders. There's your cactus pose. Take your hands, now put them behind your low back, and poof, the yoga's going to be over. All right, hands are behind your low back. Your thumbs are pressed into the great divide there. Let your shoulders come down. Hinge forward. Hinge forward. Work your hands away from your low back. Look to your feet. Look to your knees. Look up toward your belly button. Let the shoulders go up, up, up to the sky. Pulse them up to the sky. Finish up. Come on back up to standing. In your standing position, wiggle your shoulders. Let them be. Arm mobility is where it's at today, right? All right, turn from side to side. Twist. Look over your shoulder. Our big coat swing. Arms are heavy. That's the ticket here. Arms are heavy and loose. Breathe. Look over one shoulder, then the other. Take a big twist. but take it slow. You're in control. You don't want to get hurt. Oh, low back pain. So many of us have that. This twist will help strengthen your low back so you are in control. All right, let's finish up. Come back to the midline of your body. Place your hands on your hips. Extend your right leg out to the side. I'll do it this way. And then tap your toes. Tap your big toe down. Extend the leg out. Little teeny pulses. Breathe. All right, a couple times to the side. Bring the right foot back to meet the left. Now extend it forward. Little teeny toe taps down here. I'll move back. There we go. How's that? Little teeny toe taps. Shoulders are over your hips. Breathe. You got it. Take your foot. Bring it behind you now. Let the top of your foot tap down slightly onto the ground. Breathe. Ooh, keep your balance. Maybe find that chair. It's all good. Something different. Shake it up. That's what we like to do on Fun Friday. All right. Feet meets feet. Feet meets feet. How's that? Let's take a curtsy. All right. That right leg, extend it back behind your body. Cross the midline of your body and just come down a little bit, then back to standing. Bring it down a little bit, back to standing. Kind of get those knees bending. Little cross body curtsy. Bring it back and down and up and down. You got it. Strength. Come back to standing. Other foot. Extend the left leg toward the front of the room this time. Tap it down. Tap it down. Breathe. There we go. Breathe. Breathe. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Warming it up. Take the foot back. Tap it down. Tap it down. Gaze forward. You got it. You're starting to wonder, you're starting to worry. No, it's going to be a good day. You got this. You got the practice. Take the foot out to the side. Tap the toe down just a little bit. You got it. This will make your donkey kick and your fire hydrant piece of cake. All right? Now let's do that crossbody curtsy. Bring the leg behind. A little bend in the knees. And then back to starting position. Maybe do it again a little deeper. And again. And again. Maybe hold on to your chair. Take it a little deeper. Crossbody curtsy. You got it. Crossbody's good for your brain too. Woo, good for your balance. Good for your knees. Good for those strong quads. Good for those strong glutes. You got it. All right, this is your warm up. All right, let's finish. Come back to standing. Hands to opposite elbow creases. Lengthen up through your spine. Toe heel your feet a little further apart and hinge forward for your ragdoll. Look down to your feet. Look to your ankles. Look to your knees. Woo. Little bend in your knees might feel great. And then start to sway from side to side. Elbow back toward the knee. Then the other one toward the other one. Sway. Loosen up the low back. Thank your knees for all they do for you. The more they do, the more they can do. We're going to work on them. Let's finish. Come back to the midline here for a second. Let your fingers reach down toward the earth. Look back up toward your belly button. Roll your spine up one vertebra at a time. Come on back to your extended mountain. Arms go high. Lengthen up. Take a baby back bend. Think of the chest going up to the sky more so than worrying about, bending in the back. Look up, chest up to the sky. The back bend will just happen. Hands back to prayer center. Close your eyes. Think something good about yourself. I am strong. I am capable. My knees are good. Think those things. Think those things. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Fold forward again. Walk your hands forward on your mat. Bend your knees. Come on down. Child's pose. This is where you kind of chill. Let your thoughts go. Take your block. Place it on your mat. Knees can be together, big toes touching, or knees can be spread wide, big toes still touching, hips back to the heels in either position. If you're in the classic child's pose with your knees touching, maybe you want to bring your arms down by your sides. If you're in a wide-legged child's pose, like I'm doing now, you might want to reach your arms high to the top of the mat. Using your block to bring the ground up to you, or no block at all. Breathe in, breathe out. And let all your doubt go. Why doubt yourself? Believe in yourself, truly. And it's not over self-inflating. It's not overconfidence. It's not arrogance. It's just believing in what you can do. Push into your hands, push your hips back a little bit more. Just feel the goodness of the stretch. If anything hurts, don't do it. Take it easier. Take it to a lesser percentage. If it's just uncomfortable, breathe through it because you're growing. You've got to grow. If you don't grow, you stagnate. And you don't want to stagnate. You want to grow. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Sigh it out. Let it go. Maybe close your lips for the rest of the practice and breathe in and out of your nose when you can. This will help you build heat in your body and focus on you. Breathe in. Breathe out. You're strong. You got it. Your child's pose. You can stay in this pose longer if you like, or you can come on out of it. That's what I'm going to do. Let's bring our hands underneath our shoulders and our knees underneath our hips. Press into the earth good and hard. You're in a neutral tabletop here. Press the tops of your feet into your mat, so much so that you feel your core engage, your belly. You can almost feel your navel going back to your spine. Really push the tops of your feet into your mat. You are in a neutral tabletop position. Let's take our hands and flip your hands so your fingers are pointing back towards your knees and your forearms are forward. Then move your hips forward, back, sideways, whatever feels good to create a nice stretch in your forearms. Maybe you want to come back even onto the fingertips. You do what feels good for you. My forearms feel really tight today. Too much on the computer, making appointments for new blinds and new closets and all that stuff in a new house that we hope that we will be in soon. But our yoga will not be disturbed. We're going to keep it going. Don't you worry. Come back every day. We got something fun for you. All right, you've stretched out your forearms, right? Okay, take your hands back to a natural position. Kind of wiggle your fingers like you're playing the piano. That sounds like more fun than being on the computer, doesn't it? Let's go into toes pose. Maybe find your 2 blocks, or maybe you don't need them at all. Tuck your toes towards your shins. Have a seat on your heels. Oh yeah, that feels good. If it doesn't feel good, if it hurts, come out of it a little bit. If it's just uncomfortable, you're tougher than that. Breathe through it. All right, hands can be on the blocks, no hands at all. Maybe hands back to prayer center and tell yourself that positive thought about you. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's flow it. Toes pose, ankle pose. Nice big stretch in the toes. Take your to the tops of your feet to your mat and come on back. Knees together. Use the blocks, which are bringing the ground up to you. Press into the blocks. Come up onto the tops of your feet. Let's flow it. You don't have to use the blocks if you don't want to. You can just use your hands. Okay, toes pose, ankle pose. Maybe put your hands on the ground, a little kickstand. Bring the knees up, keeping them together though. Balancing on the tops of your feet. Getting that full range of motion going in your ankles. Think about your ankles for a second. Think about how you're bending them and moving them. Our feet, oh my gosh, we rely on them so much, but we don't appreciate them enough, do we? Walking, climbing stairs, going up and down inclines, walking on rocks, walking on sand, all that stuff. Different terrain. You need strength in your ankles. Flow it back and forth. Your practice, your way. Hold it in your toes pose, hold it in your ankle pose as long as feels good. Maybe even close your eyes in that ankle pose, oh boy, to find your balance. All right, let's finish up here. Hands down, neutral tabletop. Lift your feet, squeeze and scrunch your toes, and circle your feet this way and that. Okay, let's finish up here. Tap the tops of your feet out on your mat. Let that feel good. Cat, cow, pose. You're in a neutral tabletop. Tuck your chin to your chest, tuck your tailbone under. Inhale, cow, lift the crown of your head and your tailbone. Cat, cow, tuck your belly. Then lift your head and your tailbone. Move your spine. Here's what you think about. Your spine, think of it curving into the shape of the letter C, and then a backwards letter C. Breathe. There's your cat-cow pose. Let's do bird dog, and let's use the ball. Let's introduce that. Unless you don't have a ball, or unless you don't want to use the ball, it's all good. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my right knee onto the ball. Right knee onto the ball. Draw your toes towards your shins, towards your shin, your right shin. Lift on up and extend your left leg long. Extend your left leg, draw the toes toward the shin, and extend that leg nice and high. Your leg should be at about, body height. Press into your hands. Hold it here. Now you can add in a challenge to the balance by extending your right arm long. Reach. Reach through your right arm, reach, lengthen through your left heel, reach, stretch, you got it. If you're using the ball, embrace all those little micro wiggles that make you hold on here. If you're not using the ball, totally fine, stretch, you got it. Hand comes down, knee comes down, put the ball under the other knee. Ball under the left knee. Press into the hands, draw the left toes towards your shin. Maybe right here is enough. But try a little bit. Try to lift that right knee up. Extend the right leg long. Drive through the heel, push into the hands, lengthen through the spine. You're strong. Push the earth away, it helps you keep your balance. Right leg is lifted, I'm gonna lift the left arm now. Reach, stretch, hold it, lengthen, strengthen the spine, strengthen the low back. Reach, find length in your entire backbone. Hand down, knee down, that is your bird dog on a ball. Kind of a challenge, isn't it? Kind of gets your heart going. Maybe grab a drink of water. All right. Let's go into fire hydrant and donkey kick. Ball behind the knee. No ball at all, totally fine. You can put a weight back there. You could have nothing back there, totally fine. Lift the right knee to the side of the body. Lift the right knee to the side and draw the toes toward the shin. Lift and lower the knee. Think dog on a fire hydrant, right? Little dogs are just as good as the big dogs. So maybe lift it higher, maybe lift it lower, you decide. All right, check it out. Maybe bring the knee a little higher, maybe lift the ankle a little higher than the knee. Now pulse, pulse, pulse it up. Pulse the whole side of that right leg up to the sky. Keep your right hip down as best you can and just pulse. Let's take the right knee and hover it next to the left. Lift the leg to the back of the room, knee to about hip height. Hold it here. Now kick the ball in towards your bottom. Push into the earth. Kick the ball in towards your bottom. If you don't have the ball, you can, little teeny pulses of the kick towards your bottom. Bring the heel good and close to your bottom. Hold it here. Now pulse the foot up like you're stomping on the ceiling. Breathe, breathe. Always check in with that right hip. Keep the both hips about the same distance to the ground. Breathe, breathe. There's your donkey kick. Several variations. Place the right knee to hover next to the left. Push the earth away. Place the knee down and let's go on to the other side. Left side, same thing. Other side, ball behind the left knee, neutral tabletop. Start to lift the ball to the left side of your room. Mobility in your hips, so keep you hiking those beautiful mountains. Longer. It'll keep you hiking on the beautiful beach. Longer. Stronger. Yes, you are. Lift the leg up, good and high to the sky, and pulse it. Up, up, up. Oh, you can do it. Come on. Ankle a little higher than the knee. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Finish. Hover the left knee next to the right just for a moment. Readjust in the hips. Left leg goes back so your knee is at about hip height. Dial the left hip down. I'm guilty of that too. Kick your heel in towards your bottom. Breathe. Are your fingers spread wide? Spread them wide. Push your thumb and your forefinger into the mat a little bit more and kind of suction cup your fingers like a little gecko. Kind of ease some of the pressure on the wrist. Get your mind out of your donkey kick. All right, squeeze the ball good and tight towards your bottom. Readjust the hips and then pulse the foot up. Stomp on the ceiling with that good flat foot in your donkey kick. All right, we're gonna do planks next, but I'm gonna talk to you for a minute here. Keep going, not a minute, a full minute, I promise. But we're gonna do plank for a minute. And the variation of plank, it's up to you. Start thinking about what you wanna do. I'm gonna do a high plank to mountain climbers, to plank jacks, and then finish in a pike. All right, only a minute, we can do it. All right, hover the left knee next to the right, push the earth away. Plant the left foot next to the right, bring the ball to the top of the mat, spread your knees good and wide, hips back to your heels. Maybe put your hands on the ball, get a nice stretch in your shoulders. Forehead down to the earth. Maybe you find it comes a little easier now because you're warmed up. Move the ball a little bit this way and that. Stretch out your armpits. All right, finish. Okay, you don't need anything here for this. Your variation of plank. Maybe you lie down on your back, push your hands up to the sky, and imagine that the ceiling is your mat. Just getting there in your head is the first thing, okay? Another variation you might want to take, and Dwayne's going to set the timer for a minute, in about a minute, so you can kind of, just in your mind, check it out and see how you're doing. Measure your progress if you want. Remember, lots of variations. Knees can come back from a neutral tabletop, hinge forward, so the weight is more in your hands, and you can hold it here. You could come down to your forearms and stay on your knees with your elbows underneath your shoulders. Press into those gecko fingers, remember that. Stay on your knees, or pop it on up and hold in a dolphin plank. Like I said, I'm gonna do a high plank. You do you. Whatever you do, it's good. All right, let's set the timer and let's go, Dwayne. All right, timer is set, 1 minute. Check it out. All right, if you're in a high plank, shoulders are over your wrists. Knees or feet are about hip width distance apart. This is your high plank pose. Now, to do mountain climbers, you're gonna bring left knee toward left wrist, right knee toward right wrist, or elbow, and climb like you're climbing a mountain. Breathe, breathe. Now, timer, got about 30 seconds into it. All right, so move the knees toward the wrist or the ankle, or the wrist or toward the elbow. Press up to a down dog if you want to take a break. We have 20 seconds to go. For plank jacks, step one foot out, then the other, back and forth. Or jump it out like jumping jacks. 10 seconds to go. Breathe. You got it? Do what's right for you. 5 seconds. I'm gonna take it to a pike. That's like a down dog, but I'm gonna send my feet, walking them closer to my hands. So my back tailbone is lifted. We are done. Come down to your knees, grab a drink of water. Maybe you're still at it. Liz, I bet you're still doing it, and I bet you're still doing it too, Lynn. Whew, you girls are machines. Good on you. All right. Grab a drink. Let's come with the ball onto our bottoms. Okay, little core sequence. Maybe take the ball, place it behind your low back. Lean on back. Core is engaged here. Lean on back. If you don't have a ball, maybe come all the way to reclined on your back. Let's do our Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups. Knees bend, soles of the feet touch, knees open wide. All right, if you're fully reclined, bring your fingertips to your temples, elbows open wide, little teeny lifts. I'm gonna be on the ball, so I'm gonna have my parallel arms reach toward the center. Breathe, breathe. Little lifts, lowers. Play with the height and the amount of extension here. Maybe come back farther, lift it lower. Now, don't use momentum. I mean, you could get rocking here. Think of the strong core, lifting and lowering. Your neck is nice and straight in line with your back. Lift and lower. Oh, good. Hi, Stan. Hi, Lynn, Liz, Tammy, Roger, Marietta, Kelly, Tina, Rena, Liz, Elizabeth, Connell, Bert, Pam, Betty, Nancy. How are you guys? All right, reach right and left. And hi to Marietta. I know Marietta doesn't practice live, but she's faithful in our group. She always comments too. Great friend. Great. All right, you're starting your right knee. Lift, lift, back to center. Lift, lift. How about the other side? Reach to the other knee. Breathe, lift, little twist, little lifts. You got it. You got it going on. All right, back to center. Lift, lift, strong core. Think of your whole chest. Think of from the crown of your head to your belly button. Lifting as one piece. Breathe. No, no tucking your chin, no forcing it up. You got it. You got it. All right, let's finish here. Let's do boat pose next. All right, hug your knees in. Hands can be behind your knees. Lean on back onto the ball. Shoulders are back and down. Your back is flat. Lift your feet a little bit or a lot off of the mat, maybe 1 foot at a time, or both feet lift. Maybe extend the legs longer and hold here. Maybe release your hands and hold in your boat pose with the ball at your back. Totally fine. No ball, that's fine too. Bend your knees, crisscross at the ankles. Roll into that, don't crisscross at the ankles. Bring your heels close to your bottom. Hug your forearms to your shins. Press on up and breathe. Press on up to your toes. Maybe lean on back a little bit onto the ball and hold. Feet come down. Let's do hundreds. All right, for your hundreds pose, take your ball, place it at the bottom of your mat. Maybe put the outsides of your feet onto the ball and your knees can be open wide. That's an option. Or legs can be straight. Legs can be straight. Don't do the legs bent option. Legs can be straight, ankles onto the ball, fully recline here. You can have the ball here. You can move your feet, squeeze the ball between your ankles, and we'll work on lifting that in a little bit. Or no ball at all. You can totally do this if you have no props at all. Bring your arms down by your sides, shoulders away from the ears. Joseph Pilates, hundreds pose. Peel your shoulders up, pat the ground. And the idea is to do it 100 times and lift your feet. You don't have to do it 100 times. You do it exactly as many times as is right from you. And don't worry, if you want to take a break and come down, go for it. If you just want to lift the arms and pat, totally fine. Totally fine. Give yourself permission. You're doing it. You're doing it the right way. You're doing it your way. As long as you're not hurting, as long as you're moving, it's all good. Now, pat the ground about 100 times or something like that. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to count. Just breathe. Maybe lift the legs a little higher. And when you're ready, we're going to finish up in just a second, maybe just a few more, because you can do it, because you're super strong. And then let's finish. Come on down. Stick pose. Arms go high overhead. Pet your dog. Reach, stretch, point your toes. Let's finish. Come on up to seated. Now think about how you get here. Maybe your hands, maybe you press on up, not using your hands at all. Find your 2 blocks. 1 block, 2 blocks. Come to a standing on your knees position. Bring 1 foot forward of the other. I'm going to bring my right foot forward, knee over ankle, press into the blocks. Left leg goes long on the mat. This is where the magic happens. It's in extending that back left leg. You're going to feel a nice big stretch in the front of your hips. Push your hands into your blocks. Maybe your back stays at, like a 45-degree angle. Maybe you bring it on up, shoulders over your hips. It's all good. Lift your arms up to the sky. Take a little baby back bend if you want. Hands back to your blocks. Let's begin to surf. To surf, you're going to straighten the right knee, then bend the right knee. Maybe you've got a little towel under your left knee. It's all good. All right, so stretch it out. Now you can keep your blocks here and keep your hands on them and stretch. Then come forward, let the knee come forward to the ankle and stretch. Or you can walk the blocks back, bringing your bottom onto your heel. You decide, big stretch in the knees. All right, back and forth to the degree that feels good for you. Maybe ditch the blocks, hands back to prayer center. Rock on back, not rock on back, steadily bring yourself on back. Maybe sit on your heel or not. And then press on up and surf here. Find your balance. Enjoy the stretch in the ankle. It's in that plantar flexion on the back left foot. Your knees are getting a nice little workout here too, both knees actually. Nice. Bend and stretch. Let's take it to the other side. Knees meet. Left foot forward. Knee over ankle to begin for good strong stability. Press into your blocks. Now the magic part. Send that right leg back, good and far. Imagine somebody kindly, gently pulling your ankle back toward the back of the room. Top of your right foot is on your mat. Stay here if you want. Straighten up a little bit or a lot if you want. Hands to prayer center. If you want, right? And then lift your arms up. Breathe. Baby back bend if you want. Hands back to prayer center, shoulders over hips. Take a moment here. Repeat your mantra. Hands back to the blocks. Start to surf gently, bending and straightening the left knee. Maybe the foot or the right hip. Maybe the hips go back to the right heel. That's what I want to say. And then bring them on forward. You surf it your way. Are you going to include the blocks or not? Doesn't matter. Blocks just bring the ground up to you. Maybe you use your hands a little bit, find your stability. It's all good. Surf it out. Are you having fun with it? I hope so. All right. Breathe. Let's finish up here. Bring your left knee to meet your right. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Come back to your neutral tabletop. Hands on the ground. Neutral tabletop. Cat-cow pose. Tuck your chin to your chest, tailbone under. Cow pose, crown of the head and tailbone lift. Do you feel more mobility or more fluidity in your spine now than when you started? I bet you do. All right, let's finish. Neutral tabletop. Tuck your toes under. Send your hips high. Downward facing dog. Feet hip width distance apart. Heels slightly elevated. Kind little bend in your knee. Look to your hands. Shoulder width distance apart. Gecko fingers. Remember that. Tailbone lifts high to the sky. Tailbone high to the sky. Think of your body as an inverted letter V. Shake your neck. Keep it loose. Don't hold on to the neck. Your gaze should be back towards your belly button or your knees. Shake it out. Still your head, then pedal it out. One heel to the earth, then the other. Pedal it out. Hold it here. Come up high onto the ball of one foot. Stretch out the heel on the other side. Then take it the other foot. Lifted, then lowered and lifted. Finish up. Feet come to stillness. Walk your feet to meet your hands or your hands to meet your feet. Find your water bottles or your blocks. Roll your spine up, one vertebra at a time. Come on up to standing. All right, here we are. My improvised weights. It works. It really does. All right. Bring the weights to your shoulders, palms face forward, and cactus out your arms. Bring your elbows up to about shoulder height. Little teeny pulses here of the weights up to the sky. Focus. So you're squeezing your upper shoulder blades together, kind of feeling like squeezing that lemon between the shoulders. Lift. Thank you for that image, Dawn. Dawn gave me that image. It's a good one. All right, lift. Little teeny pulses. Lift, lift, lift. Strong upper back. Drive your elbows more to the back of the room. Lift, lift, lift. These water bottles are no walk in the park. They get heavy too. All right, when you're ready, stillness. Bring your elbows to touch at the midline of your body. Let the weights touch and open and close. Close and open. Elbows, weights touch at the front of the body, then open. Close and open. Close and open. You got it. All right. Let's come back to a cactus position. Let's take your hands now and bring them in towards your ears and send the weights up to the sky. Send the weights to your shoulders as you exhale. Inhale, send them up. Exhale, send them down. You can alternate here with the weights. Lift and lower to what feels good for you. Breathe. All right, let's take the weights. Let's tee them out with our arms. Little teeny pulses up, up, up with the weights. Little pulses. Adjust your feet so you're nice and comfortable. Breathe, breathe. Weights to your shoulders and then tee out your arms. You can alternate with the weights. One coming to the shoulder while one arm extends and the other direction. Turn your head too. Look at that extended arm. You know, if you're doing them both, same thing. You go back to center. Extend, look to the extended arm. Breathe. You got it. Good and strong. Keep it up. Don't quit. All right, let's finish here. Bring your arms nice and straight. Palms flip down. Take your arms to the front. Pulse down. Little teeny pulses down, down, down. Not big, little pulses down. You can alternate too if you're getting kind of bored. Just alternate. Now flip your hands so the palms are face up. Serving the tray. Serving the tray. Up, up, up. Cocktails for the adults. Put a bend in the knees. Serve the little kids. All right, how low do you want to go? Maybe you come all the way down and serve the real little ones. Little teeny pulses of the tray, down to the knees. Send your legs straight. Back to the adults. Breathe, breathe. Back to the kids. Little bend's good. Big bend if you want. It's up to you. And then come on up. Put a smile on your face. You got it. You're stronger than you think. One more time. Down low to serve. Come on back up and hold. Release the weights down by your sides. Wiggle your shoulders. Move your shoulders. Let it feel good. Drinking bird. So come onto the balls of your feet or not. You decide. Little bend in the knees. Take your weights Bend your elbows and bring them towards your shoulders. Hold them here, little pulses up, up, up. Can you hear the water in the water bottles? I hope it's not annoying. Can you hear that? All right, send your the weights, arms straight, send the weights to the back of the room and little teeny pulses up, up, up. Breathe. Little teeny pulses of the water bottles in, in, in. Feel the opening in your chest. Breathe. All right, still the weights. Squeeze them towards your low back. Come up onto the balls of your feet, even higher. Sink lower in your knees. Hold it here. Pulse the weights back, back, back. Breathe. Strengthen those quads. You got it. You can also be holding onto a chair. Don't sweat it. All right, let's still the weights. Squeeze them in towards your spine. Little teeny pulses up and down, up and down. Breathe. 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 We did the upper body. We're doing the lower body. Putting it all together, right? Let's finish. Come on up to a standing position. Lift the weights up high to the sky. Bend your elbows toward the front of the room. Hold the weights kind of together, or maybe ditch one weight so you only have one weight in your hands. Elbows up near your ears. Little teeny pulses of the weights down toward your neck. Little teeny pulses here. All right, let's lift up onto the balls of the feet. Stay right here. How are you with the balance there? Focus. Look forward. You can do it. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Plant your feet down on the earth. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. All right, let's let the arms float down by your sides. Wiggle your shoulders back and forth. All right. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Fold forward. Place the weights down for now. Roll your spine back up. Hands to your hips now. Come into a chair pose. All right, let's bend the knees. Bend the knees, feet a little bit apart. Bend the knees. Hold on here. You don't have to come very far. Bend the knees. Maybe come all the way down. Bottom towards your heels. You don't have to come all the way down. Come down as far as is right for you. Hands can stay on your hips. You can send your arms forward. Come on up. Maybe sweep your arms as you come on up to an extended mountain. Hands to prayer center or back to your hips. Come all the way down as much as you want with the bend in the knees. Maybe sweep the arms up. Come back to your extended mountain. Maybe you've got a chair nearby. Let's do it again. Hand on the hip, hand on a chair, bend a little bit. Come back to your extended mountain. Maybe the hand is on the chair and you come down a lot of it and then come on back up. Extended mountain arms. You do what works best for you. Bend the knees, extended mountain. Maybe bend the knees more, chair, extended mountain. Maybe bend the knees a lot, come on down, and then extended mountain. One more time. Knees bend as much as you like, then back to your extended mountain. Take a little baby back bend. Take a forward fold. Take a downward facing dog. Walk the hands forward, feet go back. You're familiar with this. Feels like coming home to a good friend, right? Shake your neck, pedal it out, downward facing dog. Walk your feet to meet your hands, or your hands back to meet your feet. Roll your spine up, vertebra at a time. Come on up to standing. Chin away from your chest. Lift your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to prayer center. Chair nearby, totally fine for tree. Your variation of tree. We do many of them. You do what speaks to you. I'm going to root into my left foot, take the weight out of my right, open up the right knee to the side of the room. Bring the foot up, pressing the foot into the leg and the leg into the foot, just avoiding the knee. Don't put the foot on the knee. Lengthen up here if you like, through your hands, or hold on to your chair. It's all good. Sway your branches in your tree pose. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. You fall out, no big deal. Get back in. Don't quit on a falling out note. Get back in. Hands to prayer center, lengthen up. Draw the knee to the front of the room, but don't set it down. Lift it up. Knee to hip height. One-legged mountain. Arms lift. Lengthen through your hips. Take this to a warrior three. Right leg goes to the back of the room. Arms reach and stretch to the front. Take it back to your one-legged mountain. No stopping here. One-legged mountain. Hold it. Back to warrior three. Leg goes back, arms reach. Hold on to the chair if you want to. Sweep back to a one-legged mountain. Lengthen. You've got it. Third time's the charm. Leg goes back, arms go forward. Try to lift the leg a little higher this time. Parallel arms, reach to the front, hold it. Sweep it back, one-legged mountain. Plant the foot, mountain pose. Baby back bend. Back to extended mountain. Hands to prayer center. Back to tree. Your way. I'm going to root into the right foot. Open up the left. Sole of the foot comes up or not. Kickstand it. Just don't put it on the knee. That's a definite thing you don't want to do. You don't want to put that sideways pressure on your knee. Lengthen up. Hold on. Grow your branches. However you want to do it. You got it. Breathe. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Challenge yourself. Sway a little bit. Think of that palm tree. Breathe. Think of the cactus. Whatever tree you want to be, you be. All right. Bring the knee to the front of the room. Let's go. One-legged mountain. Lengthen it up. Use your chair if you want. It's like being in a bar practice, using your chair. Send your leg back. Arms hinge forward. Reach. Stretch. Sweep it up. One-legged mountain. Come on. Your legs are strong. Your foundation is strong. That right leg has got it. Go back to your warrior three. Stretch. Reach. Lengthen. Fall out. No big deal. So what? Get back into it. One-legged mountain. Do it. Don't end on a bad note. Breathe. Stretch it out. I think we got 2 more to go on this side. Stretch. Come back. Concentrate. Focus on your body. Lengthen. You got it. One more time. Reach. Stretch. You don't have to go very far. You decide. Reach. Stretch. Lengthen. Strengthen. Back to your one-legged mountain. Doesn't matter how you get there. Breathe. Foot comes down. Hands back to prayer center. Applaud yourself. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Let it go. Hinge forward at the waist. Walk your hands forward. Come down to your belly. Once on your belly, hands under your shoulders. Send your elbows closer to your spine. When you're ready, press on up in a cobra pose. Legs are pressed together. Little to no weight in your hands. You decide. All right, come on down. Send your elbows to the sides of the room. Think crocodile pose. Hands are on top of each other. Rest your forehead on your hands. Spread your legs this time. Lift one leg, then the other, or both. Hold them up. Pulse them up. Strengthen the low back. All right, add in the arms if you like. So keep your head glued to your hands and lift out of the elbows. You don't have to go very high. Breathe to what feels right. Maybe you decide to bring the legs down while the arms lift. It's okay. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Hold it. You got it. Stay strong like Superman. So come on down. Send your arms long like an extended child's pose. Legs, same thing. Lift them up. Now lift your extended arms off the ground like Superman is flying. Breathe. Lift a little higher. Balance on your pelvis. Hold. Take it to a Pilates swimmer. Kick your feet. Kick your hands. Breathe. Not kick your hands. What do you call it? Just move your hands. Move your arms. Feet are kicking like a swimmer. Finish. Hands come under your collarbones. Feet come down. Press into your hands. Straighten through your arms. There's a little bit of a push-up for you, right? You did it. Breathe. Come on down to a seated position. Legs go long on your mat. Lengthen up through your fingers. Exhale, reach forward. Toes up toward the sky. Your fingers are reaching forward. Grab your ankles, your calves, whatever you can grab. Grab it. Maybe you grab your toes. Hinge forward. Gaze down to your knees. Breathe. Come on up, shoulders over your hips. Let's come down to a bridge. But take your couple of things. Take your towel or your eye shade, of which I forgot both today. Bring them to the top of your mat. Bring your block to the top of the mat also. All right, so recline. Bring your block overhead at about arm's length. Somewhere up there, overhead. All right, bridge pose. Press your feet into your mat. Knees are bent, feet under your knees. Press into your feet, lift your hips on up. Hips are lifted, hands down by your sides. Squeeze your shoulders closer to your spine, lift your hips. Breathe. In your bridge pose, lift your right leg up to the sky. Draw your toes towards your shin. Pulse the right foot up to the sky like you're stomping on the ceiling. Strong in the left foot, foundation. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Bring the leg to about 45 degrees and point the toes and pulse, pulse, pulse. Foot comes down, right foot meets left. Hips go back up high again. Press into both feet. Stay here if you want. I'm gonna lift the left leg, drawing the toes toward the shin, flat foot stomps on the earth. Right foot is my foundation. It is strong. This bridge isn't going anywhere. Nice and strong. Hold it. Lift. Leg at 45 degrees. Toes point. Pulse it here. Breathe. Breathe. There's your bridge. Just another fun way to do bridge. All right. Left foot down. Meets right on the mat. Hips go high. Breathe. All right. Hips high. Remember this. Roll your spine down, one vertebra at a time. Let's do a Pilates bicycle pose. Send your legs up to the sky. All right, bicycle. Point the toes like you're riding a bike. Breathe, breathe. Send your legs straight up to the sky, just a little bit of a shoulder stand. Maybe bring one foot overhead, working the toes toward the earth or toward that block. Touch the block and know that you're just a few inches from the ground. Maybe now, work both feet to that block. Maybe, keeping your chin tucked, push the block away, bring the toes to the earth or close to it. It's all good. Finish, roll on up. Come on up to seated. How did you do? Did you have fun with it? That's the most important thing. Have fun with it. All right, come on back, down to recline. Take it slowly. How do you feel? Take a brief pentacle pose. Enjoy that pose. Arms are spread, legs are spread like you're the capital letter X. Breathe in, breathe out. I guess maybe you're a little X too. Could be. Bring your body into an X shape. Breathe. Let it go. Supine twist time. Legs come together at the midline of your body. Bend your right knee. Hug the right knee in towards your chest. Circle the ankle to the right and to the left. Little different variation of your supine twist today. Have lots of space so you can extend the leg. All right, so left hand holds the right knee. Cross the midline of the body. Extend the leg long. Right arm tees out. Look to the right. The leg is extended, nice and long, little pulses up of the leg, up and down, you got it. You're looking to the right as best you can. Bend the knee, hug it back in as you roll onto your right hip again. Hug it in with your interlaced fingers beneath it, circle the ankle this way and that. Now think of hugging this knee toward your armpit. So you're gonna think of almost like you're bringing it out of the hip socket, but don't do that. Bring it out of the hip socket if you could do that. And then lift the knee toward the armpit. Tight squeeze. Finish up, bring the leg back to the midline, send it long on the mat. Drag your left heel up, 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 hug underneath the left knee. Shoulders are down, circle the ankle this way and that. Right hand takes the left knee across the midline of the body as you roll onto your right hip. Left arm tees out. The top leg, the left leg, maybe it extends and you pulse it up and down. Look to the left and breathe. Breathe. Rebend the knee if you straightened it. Bring it on back to the midline of your body. Hug the left knee in again, just like you began. Circle the ankle, right and left. Now think of the knee going out to the armpit and pull it in good and tight. Send the left leg long to meet the right on the mat. Drag both heels up towards your bottom. Left hand captures under left knee. Right hand captures under right knee. Rock a little bit on your low back. Let it feel great here. Maybe rock a lot. Maybe come over to one side. Then your core can bring you up and take you to the other side. Take the knees as far as you like. Nobody's watching. Let it be. Just do what feels good. All right. So I want you to know, how does that feel on your low back? Think about that for a moment. How does it feel? Feels pretty good, doesn't it? You could also put a little lacrosse ball or a tennis ball, something kind of soft underneath your low back and roll on it. That feels really magnificent. Don't do a golf ball though. Golf ball's nice for your feet, but wouldn't feel good for your low back. Happy baby. Hug your left knee to your left armpit, right knee to your right armpit. Stay right here. Hold it here. You've got it. You're comfortable with the rocking back and forth. Maybe you decide to take your hands and slide them inside your calves or low down to the ankles, or take your hands, capture your heels, then come back down to recline. Draw your toes towards your shins. It gives you a tight grip on that heel. Send one leg up to the sky, then bend and straighten the other leg. And do the same, just alternate. Back and forth in your happy baby pose. Nice mobility in your hips and your knees. All right, let's finish. Send both legs high to the sky. Arms can tee out or be down by your sides, whatever feels comfortable. When you're ready, slowly lower your legs. Float them on down. You can do this. You have a strong core. Take it as slow as you like, but just be in control. You got it. It is now time for our final rest, our final Shavasana pose. Bring your heels all the way down. Woo! Send your heels to the bottom edges of your mat. Find your eye shade of your towel and cover your eyes. Arms down by your sides. Wiggle your shoulders, maybe a gentle squeeze of a lemon between your upper shoulder blades. Sigh it out. Let it go. You moved. You moved a lot. And that's good. And your knees moved a lot. A lot of strength in the poses you did today. A lot of strength in you. You did it. Let your pinky toes fall toward the earth. Now it's time to be soft and still. Soften the area between the eyebrows. Let your belly be soft. And your glutes, let them be soft too. Shoulders away from the ears. Just let your body be. Doesn't have to do all the time. Let it be. Maybe just imagine yourself full of gratitude and thanks from the top of your head all the way through your toes. You're full of gratitude and thanks to your body for what it did. Don't think for a second about what it didn't do. No can't, no, none of that. Think about what you did do. Be full of praise and thanks. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. All right, here's the deal. You know this is your practice, your way. Maybe you have your remote control nearby and you hit pause so you can enjoy this pose longer. It's a beautiful pose in which to practice your conscious relaxation. It's a reward. It's a treat. You deserve it. If it's time for you to conclude your practice, start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Bring life back into those extremities. Spread your fingers, spread your toes, circle your wrists, your ankles. Do what feels good. Maybe play the piano a little bit with the fingers. And don't forget to move and spread the toes too. Inhale, reach high overhead. Take a big good morning stretch. Stretch it out. Think of somebody pulling your wrists, pulling your ankles in a good way. Breathe. And then bend your knees, roll into a fetal position onto one side or the other. Low arms, bicep is a pillow for your head. Soften in the top shoulder. Oh, those water bottles were heavy. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Stay here longer if you want to. It's up to you. Savor this moment. As you're ready, press on up or don't. Use your core. No hands. Come on up to a seated position, maybe keeping the eyes closed. Hands to prayer center. Lengthen up through the spine. And then sigh it out. Let it all go. You did it. You did a 1 hour long yoga practice. How was it? Stress number. Did we take one of those in the beginning or did I forget to do that? If you took a stress number, come back to it now. What is it? I bet it's a lot lower than when you first began. So here's the question. Was the price of the practice, the time you had to spend, was it worth the reward? Feel how you feel. Go on and enjoy your day. And we'll see you on your mats tomorrow. Love you guys. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control, the fruit of the Spirit. Practice it. Love you. Bye. Hey, you. Hi. See ya. grow, grow, grow. Don't stagnate. Don't stay stuck. Unstuck yourself. Come do your yoga every single day. Put a smile on your face and enjoy it and have fun and know all the good things that it's doing for you. And you know it is. Tell your friends about those good things. Tell them to come and join us with our yoga also. They do it from the privacy of their own home. It's free for anybody and everybody. They can do it. Yes, they can. Tell them about all the good things it's done for you. If you'd like to support our broadcast, you can visit our website. It's www.316yoga.com. Check us out. Remember to grow and stick with your yoga. See you on your mats tomorrow, guys. Bye-bye.